Okay, good morning once again.
Morning, sir.
Now, I guess since we have never met, okay, I guess maybe it could be a good idea. I'm not sure whether let me check my camera, just to switch on the video so that we can get to know each other. Maybe you do know, you yourself, we do know each other, but I guess we have not met. So let me check whether my camera is on. Give me a second. So Collins.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you. Now, I wanted to introduce this by asking a general question regarding financial management. Okay, I know, of course, definitely you may have had, I don't know, you have some stories, maybe how financial management is, what you expect out of financial management. Okay, so what do you think? Let me begin with you, Collins. What have you heard about financial management, and what do you think of it?
I think it's a good module to learn. I haven't heard much about it, and that's why I'm here to learn about it.
Okay, great. But at least you've done financial reporting and performance management, isn't it?
No, so I've done an undergraduate in accounting and management, and I got exemptions for for a few modules.
Oh, you got exemption for a number of modules.
Yes.
Okay. I see. So this is the first paper in ACCA, or?
Yeah, it's my first attempt taking ACCA after the degree.
Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, because generally, for someone to do this course, the financial management, they are what called prerequisites. Some of the courses you ought to have gone through before, okay, and that includes performance management, that includes financial reporting. Know that in case you have not done it, that you're going to have it hard here. No, not necessarily. However, it's okay. They do form. Okay, let me see the backbone. Okay, upon which financial management is going to be based on. Okay, yeah. So definitely, it's a good course. I know, Anita, you've done that. You've done performance management and financial reporting.
No, I've not.
You've not done both of them, not yet.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, the same applies as I mentioned that. Of course, someone who has already done those two courses, okay, you're going to find it easy. Okay, of course, you've both the terms will not be new terms that you shall be using, but it doesn't mean that okay you're going to be at a disadvantage in case you have not gone through those courses for sure. Those are previous papers, prerequisite papers. Okay, not necessarily. Sanya.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, have you done those papers?
I've done financial reporting, not performance management.
Okay, you've done financial reporting, but not financial performance management.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only done FR. Yeah.
Okay. No problem. I think we got a new guest here. Brian.
Yes, morning. Sorry.
How are you? Morning to how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, so we wanted just to make an introduction towards, just to have an idea, okay, to understand where you're coming from. You've done ACCA before?
Yes, I've done ACCA before.
Okay, have you done financial reporting?
I'm doing it at the same time.
Are you doing it at the same time?
Yeah.
Well, that's a serious workload. Okay, not that it's too big, it's too much to handle, but of course that requires that you give more dedication. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So essentially, those are the two prerequisite paper: performance management. All they actually from the management accounting. Okay, proceeds to performance management, proceeds to financial reporting, all the way to financial management. Okay, the idea is that okay, someone who have done those papers before, okay, some concepts you'll be discussing, okay, might be familiar to them, okay. But as I mentioned, okay, it does not mean that you're going to find it hard because you've not done those papers, okay, not necessarily. And your examiner, okay, of course, like any other ICA paper, you are required to get at least 50% of the marks on offer, okay. And I normally say for this paper, it's easy to get, okay. It's easy to get. It's very easy to get the 50% mark. However, you have to be very careful, okay, because in the past I've seen students getting 49%, okay, and of course it's very painful. Okay, it's not that. It is in quote, okay. I hope you understand what I mean. That you get a 40, then you get a 49. Okay, you can imagine it's very painful. You getting a 49, you are just 1 mark shy of passing the paper, and that means you have to redo the paper again. Okay, having gotten 49%. I've seen it happen in the past. Okay, so the advice, okay, definitely I'll be mentioning along the way. Okay, for example, okay, once you've done analysis, advise the company. Okay. That's always good. Maybe the student normally, not that I've seen it, okay? Students think that they know what they're doing, okay? They don't follow instruction, okay? So you end up failing the paper, okay? Because it's something very, very simple, something very, very minor, okay? So it's worth enough, okay, as I mentioned in the tips here, there of how, of course, to pass the exam, okay? Because even if you understand all this material and you don't pass the exam, now it becomes something else altogether, okay? Don't forget, the first goal is for you to pass this paper, okay? You get the concepts, and of course you apply those concepts in an exam situation. So you have to remember that you need to pass this particular paper. You need to get the 50% mark that the examiner has set for you. Okay, so you have to keep that at the back of your mind. Okay, that you have to get the 50%. Now the exam, of course, having known that this is our sole objective, definitely it's well enough. Let me just share how the exam will be like. So your exam is going to be subdivided into 3 sections, okay? So you have section A, okay, we have section A, we'll have section B, and we shall have section C. Section A, section B, and section C. Section A, okay, there are going to be 15, okay, multiple choice question, okay, or hold the so-called the objective test question, okay, there will be 15 of them, okay, which means therefore, and each one of them has 2 marks, okay, so all of them has 2 marks, okay, that's me therefore from section A, we'll be having 15 questions of 2 marks that therefore will give us therefore 30 marks, okay, from section A alone, it gives 30% of the marks, okay, and this question they are independent, okay, that means therefore question 14 is dependent from question 15, okay, question 1 doesn't carry forward to question 2, okay, so they are all independent. Now that means therefore, since they are independent, it means the examiner can test from any part of the syllabus. Okay, so section A questions they can be tested from any part of the syllabus. Okay, that's why most of the time most students fail in section A. Okay, by the way, between section B, C, A is the section where most students normally fail. I'm not sure why. Okay, but it might show that you didn't cover the syllabus well. Okay, that's why maybe some students don't find it section A to be a bit hard. Okay, but it's not hard. They're very easy question. Okay, most of the time. That is in case you, of course, you have gone through the syllabus, you have done your own studying. Okay, through the BPP division kit, through the Kaplan division kit. Okay. Yeah, that's how you're going to be able to understand the concepts well. Okay, and I hope that by the end of this course, by the way, okay, I propose that I have the Kaplan, I have the BB kit. So what I'll attempt to do, okay, is to have the question, okay, on e-learning, okay, on an online platform, which we can be able to be attempting. Okay, I hope I'll have time to transfer them because what I have here is hard copy. So transfer the question from those kits, okay, to our e-learning. So at the end of the topic, for example, we attempt questions from those two Kaplan, from Kaplan and from BPP, okay? Because the more questions you do, definitely, the more it becomes easier for you to pass the exam. If you have never gone through the question bank, okay, which I will share with you, you've never gone through the past papers, gone through the, never done those multiple choice questions, then of course you find the exam very hard, okay? That's why one of the trick to passing the exam is that by the time you get into the exam, you've done very many questions, okay? That's the trick to the passing exam, okay? Anyway, that's section A, as mentioned, is the section where most students normally fail. Okay, most students normally fail in this particular section, but it's one of the easiest, by the way. If you have gone through the class, you have made your own attempt on doing those past paper questions, okay, as well as the revision kits provided, okay, BPP, Kaplan, okay, the course you find it the exam a bit easy, okay. That's section A, okay. So 30% of the marks come from section A. Now in section B, there are going to be three, okay, let me call them structured question. Okay, there will be three structured questions. Okay, and each of the question has 5 questions. Okay, so each of the question, there are 3 structured questions. Okay, and 3 questions fall from the structure from the question that you're going to be given. Okay, that you for 3 times 5. Okay, and each of the 5 questions, okay, has 2 marks. Okay, times 2. Okay, to give therefore 30% of the marks also come from section B. Okay, so the 3 structured question. Okay, that by a structured question, what I mean is that you're given a scenario. Okay, company has what to make this decision. Okay, what do this, what do this. So given all the facts regarding that particular company, and then out of that scenario given about that particular company, then 5 questions follow. Okay, for example, okay, based on the information given about this particular company, what is what was the return on capital employed? Okay, what is the return on equity? Okay, so there'll be 5 questions that follow from the scenario you'll be given. So we're having 3 scenarios, okay, 3 structured questions, and 5 questions follow from each of the scenario. Okay, and each of the question has 2 marks. Okay, that's therefore will give 30% of the marks. Okay. And of course, in this section, okay, based on the experience, okay, and getting to know the examiner, okay, you can get, most of the time you can get to know, okay, which area of the syllabus is the examiner going to ask, okay. So these are a bit straightforward, okay. For example, working capital management, we shall discuss this topic, okay. We have, okay, let's say most of the common topics, okay, which I think I'll be pinpointing along the way, okay. So it's a bit easier for you to know what is going to be tested in section B. Okay, and I think maybe that's why the student normally find it a bit easier than section A, because section B you can tell that most likely the question to be tested will come from this particular topic. Okay, that's for section C. Okay, and of course this question they are also multiple choice question. Okay, so each of the question they are choices about which you can pick from. Okay. Then in section C, okay, there'll be 2 we'll call constructive response question. Okay, constructive response. Okay, so in this case, you're going to be using the Excel, you'll be using the Word, okay, to give the response. Okay, so there'll be 2 questions to be tested, the same like section B. Okay, only that in section C, okay, there is no choices to the question be asked. Okay, you're given 2 scenario, okay, of a company A, company ABC, want to do A, B, C, and D. Then you're told out of that scenario, get the return on equity, okay, do a financial statement analysis. Okay, so here you're going to be making the response, of course, through the Excel. Okay, and of course making the response through the Word. Okay, so you'll be typing in short. Okay, in this particular part of the exam. Okay, section C. Okay. Now, each question has 20 marks, so there'll be 2 questions, okay, each with 20 marks, okay, that's therefore will give 40 marks, okay. So you can see that there'll be 40, okay, 30 that gives 70 plus 30 to give us the 100% of the marks, okay. So that's how your exam is going to be structured like, okay. Section A, B, and C, okay. Section C is a bit easier to pass. Actually, most people normally pass section C, okay. I'm not sure why, okay. But for most students, they find C a bit easy, okay. Section A is where there's a problem, okay. And one of the way that I'll try to help you out, okay, because I don't want you to become part of the numbers, okay, of failing section A, okay, is by doing many questions, doing many multiple choice questions from the past paper, okay. So I'll try as much as possible. We do many questions from the e-learning, okay. And I hope by the way all of you can be able to access the e-learning, okay, because that's where I'll be posting the materials are already there. Okay, the questions, the multiple choice questions that we shall be doing, they are also on e-learning. Okay, so ensure that you can be able to access the e-learning. If not, get in contact with either the administrator, Christine, and Fred can assist you. Okay. So that's how the exam will be like. Okay, that's how the exam will be like. Okay, of course the pass mark is 50, but of course you can get. Okay, these are not these marks should be able to get them. Okay, in the past, by the most students that normally are prize winners in most cases. Okay, they come from Strathmore University. Okay, I hope that the same shall apply. Okay, even for your sitting. Okay, the exam is in December, so I hope that also I will get one of you for sure. Okay, I hope that, but that means that you have to work. Okay. I normally say that by the mere fact that of you come into class, okay, come into class, doing as per what we shall be discussing in class, you know you pass. Okay, that one is a guarantee. Okay, if you're going to come to class, do the assignment that shall be given, do these questions that shall be doing on the e-learning. Okay, you are sure that one I'm gonna assure you. You are sure that you'll be able to pass this particular exam. Okay, if you're hard, you're going to really work hard on your side. Okay. If you want to become the prize winner, then of course you have to go over and above what shall be discussing in class. Okay, that one is for sure. Okay, going for extra, I don't know, maybe kit. Okay, trying to see. Okay, the questions that you're done, going through them again. Okay, we may not have time that these MCQs that shall be doing online. Okay, that we can discuss all of them. Okay, it might not be. We may not have enough time to do that. Okay, so it's upon you. Okay, to try to see why didn't I, for example. This question I failed from this MCQ, okay? Why did I fail, okay? So trying to introspect with the reason behind you not getting, okay, that particular question, okay? So you taking that, your own initiative, okay, to go over and above what shall be discussing, okay? Brian?
Yes.
Okay, you got the structure of the exam?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's good. Okay. So as I mentioned, section A, that's where you have to be quite careful. Okay, I think I'll help out build. Let me see. They have a sample exam paper. Okay, so that okay, as I mentioned, you do know what I mean by how the exam will be. Okay, so give me a second. I try to check for just for example, sample paper. Okay, so this is a sample paper, okay, that has been done in the past, okay. So unfortunately, okay, but it's good for us, okay. It only has, okay, section B and section C. Okay, I'll see whether I can get another paper that has section A. So in section B, okay, this is how the question will be like, okay. As I had mentioned, you're given a scenario, okay, about a company, okay, like in this case. Next word. Okay, so given a scenario about the company, okay, so on and out of the scenario, some 5 questions will follow, okay, some 5 questions will follow, okay, out of that company, get this, okay, based on whatever you've gone through, for example, okay, question 16, what is the cost of equity of the company using the capital asset pricing model, okay, so based on the scenario given above there, okay, you're given choices, okay, what's the cost of equity, for example, okay. So of course, there'll be question 16 to question 20. Like in this question, the first question, I say that 3 structured questions. Okay, there'll be 3 structured questions that will follow. Okay, so these are scenario 1, 5 questions. Okay, then you have another scenario. Okay, so you have this. Sorry. Then you have another scenario about a company. Okay, then 5 questions follow from the scenario. Okay. Then you have that scenario, okay, another scenario question, okay, scenario about a company, then 5 questions do follow, okay. That's for section B, okay, that's for section B, okay, and of course, as mentioned, that makes therefore 30% of the marks, okay. Now, in section C, there'll be 2 questions, okay, there'll be 2 questions that you'll be required to answer. So you have a scenario, however, this time around, okay, you won't have the multiple choice questions, okay. It'll be, for example, calculate the after-tax cost of capital for this particular company. Okay, so it's a discussion. Okay, there's going to be a point of analysis. Okay, of course, for example, in this case, you have to answer through the use of Excel. Okay, you'll be using Excel, and here you'll be using the Microsoft Word. Okay, in answering that particular question. Okay. That's how the second will be like. Okay, there are two questions. Okay, don't forget it's in C. Okay, as I mentioned, there are two. Okay, and each one of them is 20 marks. Okay, so 20 marks for the first question, and also you have 20 marks for the second question. Okay, so you can see therefore will makes up therefore 40% of the marks. Okay, so most of the time, as I mentioned, this section is where students, I think, they do get most of the marks. Okay, but not that the others are hard. I mentioned the trick to the other section is group practice, practice, practice. Okay, that's the easiest way of mastering section B and section A, especially section A. Okay. Questions so far? Anita?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Sanya?
No questions, sir.
Okay. Brian?
Yes.
You okay?
Question from me.
No question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So that's how the exam will be like, okay? It's good always to begin with the end, okay? That's why I always try to give to students, this is what the examiner will be expecting of you, okay? Then as you go through the syllabus, you know, what should I be expecting from this particular paper? Please begin with the end in mind, okay? That's always the case. Begin with it, okay? Okay, that's how the exam will be like, okay? Now, then, you can go to the syllabus. Now, for us, we want to pass this exam. Okay, of course, you have to go through the syllabus. And let me share the syllabus here. Okay, just here. Okay, so this is the syllabus that you'll be using. Okay, from September 2020 all the way to June 2021. Okay. I'm not sure. I think I'll share with you this syllabus. No, let me actually, because I have all the material. Let me actually. Brian, can you access the e-learning? Who can't access the e-learning?
It's saying it has a coding error, so it isn't loading.
It has a coding error. Okay, just give me a second. I check it out. Oh wow. Okay. It has a coding error. Okay. Yeah, it's showing me the same thing. Okay, I guess it's just been maintained. Maybe there's some maintenance on it. But anyway, I hope maybe the next class it will be up and running. Okay. Anyway, most of the material, okay, I think I'll share this syllabus also with you, okay, on the e-learning, as well as I show you where you can access the summarized notes that we shall be using in class. Okay. Now this, therefore, the syllabus shall be using, okay, and I want to go straight to the syllabus itself, okay. So all this about the guide, okay, prerequisite, okay. Yes, so I want to go to the syllabus itself, okay. Collins, you can see it and see it clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So this is going to be the syllabus that I shall be using, okay? And it will have its own section, okay? It will have 6 sections, this 7 section, okay? Like I call the 7th section, okay? Because we also have risk management, okay? So it have 7 section. And if I was to put, again, percentage-wise, okay, the computation bit of it, the theoretical bit of it, even from the exam perspective, There will be more calculations as opposed to the discussion. Okay, that's going to be the case. There's going to be more area where you will be calculating, in short. Okay, you'll be required to do analysis. Okay, and now the part for the discursive bit of the syllabus. Okay, and even the exam is like, let's say, like maybe 60-40. Okay, it'll be like 60-40. Okay, 60% being more of competitive aspects of the syllabus, and 40% being the discursive part of the syllabus. Okay. So the syllabus, okay, has 7 sections. Okay, the first section is simply an introduction towards financial management. Okay, it's more about introduction, trying to introduce ourselves to what we call financial management. Okay, so here we're discussing what is financial management, the management of the company finances, management of company funds, capital, to assist the company achieve its objectives. So we shall discuss what are the objectives, therefore, okay, of the firm. Okay, what does the firm want to achieve? Okay, both financial objective and non-financial objectives. Okay, that's again therefore in the first syllabus. That's again the first topic. Okay, simple introduction towards financial management. Okay, who are the stakeholders within the firm? Okay, what the nature of the relationship between those stakeholders and the firm? Suppliers, what do they want? Customer, what do they want? Employees, shareholders. Okay, what do they want in this particular firm? Okay, however, okay, that one I think I will not discuss so much in detail because they're simple concepts to understand. Okay, so the first bit of the syllabus is simply going to be a discursive. Okay, it's going to be a discursive part of the syllabus. So nothing about there's no competition here. It's simply introduction, introducing ourselves. Okay, towards financial management. Okay, the next is going to be financial management and environment. Okay, simply here. Trying to know what's the economic environment for the business. Okay, both will call how does what environment, in which environment the company do operate in. Okay, both the internal environment as well as the external environment. Okay, but my main concentration will be more towards the external environment. Okay, the government. Okay, what policies can the government set in that's going to have an impact on the business? For example, the monetary policies of the government, the fiscal policies of the government, okay, the green policies of the government. Okay, that's going to be in this economic business environment in which the business do operate. Okay, for that particular topic, okay, I will not discuss that particular section. Okay, so this one highlighted. So this one I will not discuss it. Okay, okay, but I'll ask of you, okay, to go through it. Okay, this particular section. Okay, okay, sorry to say that I don't see it adding too much value. Okay, there are other better areas. Okay, that we can spare time on, but it does not mean that it cannot be tested. Don't forget that. Okay, it can. It doesn't mean that it can be tested. It can be tested. Okay, however, I'll not go through it. Okay, I'll ask you so that you go through it. Okay, as mentioned, don't forget at the end of every topic. Okay, we shall be doing questions. Okay, the purpose of these questions is to assist us to evaluate how you are able to understand that particular section. Okay. If you get, for example, out of 20 questions, you get 5 out of the 20, then it is an indicator that, hey, you may not have understood the topic well. So it's upon you to go through that topic again, okay? So every topic that you have done, then we do the question. Every topic, we do question. Every topic, we do question. But of course, we shall be discussing in class when this should be, okay? The next thing we shall discuss is again what we call the financial market and financial environment, okay? So this is going to be one on the same topic. Okay, so here in this particular section of topic, we want to introduce ourselves to know that at the end of the day, company do require money. Okay, they do need money. Okay, now where will they get the financial? Where will this money come from? Okay, from who do they obtain this money from? Okay, they can obtain money from financial institutions, or they can obtain money from financial markets. So in this topic, we make a distinction. Who are the participants? Who are the players? Okay, in the financial market? Who are the players in the financial institutions? Okay, what role do they play therefore in the economy? Okay, what do we mean by the money markets? Okay, of course I know you have heard that term before, money markets. What does the money market term imply? Okay, so that's all becomes therefore a part of that. So this one we shall discuss together. So this is the topic that we'll not discuss. Okay, so I'll ask you to take your time, go through it. Okay, and at the end of it, we do some multiple choice question based on that. Okay, so these two topics, okay, so A and B, Okay, they do form the base upon which the other topics will be following. Okay, so these two are purely discursive topics. Okay, they are purely discursive topic, and they have a very high chance of being tested in section A. Okay, they have a very high chance of being tested in section A. This will not be tested in section B. Neither this cannot be in B. Okay, it cannot be in C. Okay, and the same applies here. This cannot be in B. It cannot be in C. Okay, so if a question will be tested from these two parts, it will be appearing in section A in section A for both cases. Okay, and as you remember, I told you that most students fail section A. Okay, so you must see you cannot ignore this to begin bit of our syllabus. Okay, because that's where section A question may come from. Okay. Now we go to another topic, okay, we'll call the working capital management. Now this is going to be a core topic, okay? The topic that you know they must be in the exam, okay? We'll call working capital management. So either to be in section C or in section B, okay? It can appear in section A, but not necessarily, okay? But most often than not, to be a section B or a section C question. If not in section B, then you see the question in section C, okay? If not section C, it will be in section B. Okay. And as you can see, don't forget, if you have to go to section C, that will be a 20 marks question. If it comes in section B, that's already a 10 marks question. So this is a core topic. Okay. Now working capital. Okay. Like, what is working capital, by the way? Brian, what's working capital?
Working capital.
Yes.
Say it's the sum of it's your receivables plus inventory minus the payables.
Okay, yeah, that's from accounting angle. That's what referred to as working capital. Okay, the excess of current assets over current liabilities. Okay, that's referred to working capital. Okay, the excess of current assets over current liabilities. Okay, that's what referred to as working capital. Okay, now we shall be discussing therefore. Okay, how do we manage the component, the constituents, okay, of working capital, the receivable, the inventory, cash, okay, as well as the payables. Okay, so that's what we shall be discussing in this topic. How do we manage? Okay, I think you may have discussed in performance management as well as it discussed in management accounting on the use of, for example, the EOQ policy. Okay, which I think you've done that. Okay, Sanya, you've done that.
What's
the EOQ policy.
You said MA. I can't remember.
Okay, so it was part of the management accounting. Okay, the old F2. Okay, so we are discussing on that particular area. Okay, how do we manage inventory through the use of the economic order quantity model? Okay, the EOQ model. Okay, how do you manage the inventory? So we shall repeat the same thing here. Okay, how do you manage inventory? Okay, as a company. Okay, of course from a financial perspective, from a financial angle. Okay. If a supplier was to come to your business and tell you that since you are one of our good customer, we want to give you a discount. However, these are the conditions of the discount. Okay, you must buy from us at least, let's say, 1,000 items. Okay, so you as a business, it might seem to be a good proposal, but you need to make an evaluation. Sit down and try to look what will be our financial benefits from us accepting this offer. What will be our financial cost of accepting this offer? Okay, then you make a comparison, for example. Okay, are we going to be getting more financial benefits, or are we going to be getting a cost? Okay, if there are more financial benefits than cost, then that's a good policy. Okay, if, however, there will be more financial cost than the financial benefit you'll be receiving, then of course you reject it. Okay, so you have to do that analysis. Okay, you have to do that analysis, and that's what you'll be discussing in this topic. Okay, how do we manage inventories? Okay, how do you manage accounts payables? How do you manage cash? How do you manage receivable? Okay, so the whole intention of managing these components is to maximize all the company benefits. Okay, it's about maximizing the company profit in quote. Okay, because at the end of the day, we are going to be taking the perspective of a commercial enterprise. Okay, is not an NGO. Okay, so by the term company, it means this company formed to make money for the shareholders, the owners of the business. Okay, so generally that's what we shall be discussing in this particular topic. Okay. So that's just going to be on working capital management. Okay, that will be on our working capital management. Okay, and of course it will take, it's one of the heaviest part of the syllabus. Okay, so therefore it will take some time for us to complete it. Okay, comparative wise. Okay, compared to the other areas of the syllabus. Okay. Then we have what we call the appraisal, another core area. Okay, this is going to be appraisal. Okay, so this C, D so far. Okay, these are the core topics. Okay, now in D, okay, that's not a question that it will have to be in the exam. Okay, it has to be in the exam. Okay, as we discussed with section with C. Okay, either the question will appear in section B, okay, section B, okay, or in section C, okay. That's how most likely to appear, okay. Conventionally, it appears as section C, okay, but it can also appear in section B, okay. But most often than not, it will be appearing in section C, okay. You're given a project, okay, of a company. You're meant to analyze, okay, based on the financial cash flows, okay, based on the money the company will be earning from this project, okay, the cost the company will be incurring for running this business, okay, is it a good investment for the company? So that's the sole intention of this topic, trying to determine, is it worthwhile, okay, for us as a business to invest our money in this particular project, okay. We are, let's say, cube movers, okay, for example, just an example, okay. They want to make a decision, okay, should we purchase these trucks, okay, to be moving items, okay, for a customer, okay. So you need to make an evaluation. You can't just go and decide, yes, let's buy the machine without doing the analysis. Do you have to carry out a financial analysis on the investment, okay, trying to know, is this investment going to be worthwhile for us as a company? How much value is it going to be adding to us, okay? So you, therefore, as the financial analyst, you are the finance person, okay? You don't do the financial analysis bit of it, okay? You quantify how much cash does this project bring to the company, how much cost is it going to be, are we going to be incurring as a business for running this particular investment, this machine? Do we have more of cost than cash inflows? Do we have more of cash inflow than cash outflows? Okay, so all this analysis, it's you to carry it out. Okay, and that's what we'll be saying this topic for. Okay, discussing what are the different way of trying to appraise, determine the value of a project. Okay, the appraisal of investment. Okay, how do we appraise the investment of the company? Okay. That, as I mentioned, section D is going to be, it will be an exam. Okay, so either you can imagine if it comes to section C, 20 marks question, and you have not read well, then you can imagine that will be 20 marks gone. Okay, quite painful, but it will be in the exam. Okay, irrespective, it can be section A, it can be section B, it can be in section C. Okay, conventionally, section B and section C. Okay, so it will be there in the main exam. Okay. So the next will be on business finance. The next topic will be business finance. Okay, business finance. Now on this topic, we did mention that in part B, okay, company have to know where the money comes from financial market, from financial institutions. Now the question is, okay, if you have to go to the financial institutions, how do they finance you? For example, if you go to the bank, they can finance you through certificate of deposits. Okay, they can finance you through the purchase agreement. They can finance you through bank loans, overdraft. Okay, so in the business finance section, okay, first will be how or where they will, what is going to be the form upon which you can obtain the money. Bank loan, okay. Through a bank loan, okay, you can obtain money from overdraft finances, okay. So that's going to be what we'll be discussing that particular bit, trying to know, okay, what are the different sources of finance that are available to the business, okay. if you have to use overdraft, okay, what are its benefits, okay, comparative to the use of bank loans, okay? So that's what we're going to discuss. If you want to use equity finance, okay, asking shareholder, hey, you as shareholder of Tuskys, okay, we want you to inject more capital, okay? And now, what are the way of them injecting more capital to the business, okay? Do they, maybe, I don't know, look for, since there's a family business, for example, okay, they ask the different family members to contribute money, okay, or do they go to crowdfunding, they go to online, hey, we want to rescue this business, okay, we are a small business, we want to crowdfund, okay, anyone willing to contribute to our cause, okay? So what are the different available alternatives, okay? Or do they go to the market and issue shares, okay? They go to the floor of NSC, okay, and Nairobi Securities Exchange, okay, and make an announcement, okay, that you want to sell shares in the month of December. One share will be going for 5 Kenyan shilling, okay? We are going to be issuing 1 million shares, for example. Okay, so we want to obtain money. Okay, so we discuss what are the different way of you obtaining money from the market. Okay, that's going to be that particular topic on source of finance. After that, we discuss on now we obtain money from the bank. Okay, the bank has given you a loan, but at the end of the day, the bank will be asking for interest at the end of every month, for example, or end of every year. Okay, so therefore, you as a company, okay, how do we quantify the cost from the different people who has financed us? Okay, you obtain money from bank, okay, quantify therefore how much interest you'll be paying to the bank. Okay, you obtain money from overdraft, you obtain money from bonds, okay, you obtain money from issue shares. So each one of the provider of capital will be expecting a return on the investment. Therefore, the cost of capital is a return the different providers of capital will be expecting. Okay, so that section, therefore, we discuss therefore what will be, okay, the what models, okay, can we use, because actually we shall be using models here. Okay, what are the different models we can use to estimate the cost of capital, to estimate the return the different providers of capital will be expecting. Okay. That's going to be in section E, okay, section E, okay. So pretty easy section, okay, not that it's a hard one, okay. It's not always a guarantee, it can be tested, but it can be, okay. So it can be tested, maybe as you can see, it's anywhere by the way, okay, but not so, it's a core topic, definitely, okay, but not comparative wise, okay, section working capital and appraisal, let me just take you back. Okay. So C and D, okay, if I was to put in terms of to try to weigh them, okay, of course C and D are higher in terms of chance of you being asked question from them, okay, but either way, these are one or another key area. Then lastly, we have been, okay, more or less close to the last of the syllabus, it will be business valuation. Now in business valuation, okay, Anita, what's happening? I've seen people dropping out.
Yes?
You said you're okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
No, okay, because I thought it's my internet or something, because we are only the two of us remaining.
Maybe we are having internet problems.
Wow, okay, maybe. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
They'll join, okay? So either way, so the next thing we shall be discussing is going to be on business valuation, okay? We'll be on business valuation. Now, in business valuation, it's simply trying to get to know if, for example, even from an individual perspective, okay, not even from a company perspective, you want to make an evaluation. Should I buy the shares of Equity Bank? Are they worthwhile? Okay, so how do you estimate their value? Okay, should I buy the bonds that Ken Jane are offering? Okay, are they worth investment? Are they worthwhile investment? Okay, so that is on business valuation. But we shall take it a bit higher than that. We discuss valuation of the individual, okay, assets and valuation of firms, okay. So valuation of individual firms, okay, and valuation of individual assets, okay, equity shares, preference shares, valuation of what else? Valuation of private shares, equity share, valuation of bonds. Okay, so we discussed the different models that can be used by the firm in attempting to value those different assets. Okay, to value firms, to value bonds, value equity shares, value preference shares. Okay, so the different financial instruments, the different financial assets. Okay, how would we value them? Okay, that's going to be on business valuation. Then we discuss the valuation of individual firms. Okay, we want to estimate the value of, let me give this example, Tuskys. Okay, Tuskys want to ask external financiers to come in. But before I invest my money in Tuskys as a financier, okay, I would want to know, okay, how much value is this business right now? Okay, this business is worth 1 billion. Okay, they're asking for 2 billion. Why would I want to give them 2 billion for sure? Okay, so in short, therefore, we would want to know, we as the financiers, we are the people who want to invest in this particular company. What's the value of the company we are investing in? Okay. What's the value of the company we are investing in? So how do we value firms? Okay, so we discuss the different methods. Okay, so actually a very simple method, okay, not complicated. Okay, in the advanced financial management, we shall discuss those complicated methods. But in this method, still part of this course, we shall discuss the simple method of valuation, the use of PE method, price to earning method, the use of dividends, valuation models. Okay, so we shall discuss the different methods you can use when it comes to valuation of the firms. Okay. Lastly, we shall be discussing on risk management. Okay, and there are two risks we shall be discussing. Okay, we have what we call the foreign currency exchange rate risk. Okay, so we shall be discussing the forex, okay, interest risk, and we shall be discussing on the interest rate risk. So we shall discuss two risks. Okay, the foreign currency risk. We shall discuss the interest rate risk. Okay, so this topic is actually two topics. Okay, about risk management on foreign currency risk management and the interest rate risk management. Foreign currency, maybe you have a customer paying you in dollars. Okay, let me give a simple example. Very small example, very rudimentary. But let's say, if for example you have, okay, you as a company, you have a customer, okay, you make a sale, okay, you do make sales of tea to Europe market. They pay you in euros, okay, and they're paying you $1 million, okay. So if they pay you today, okay, for the case of argument, assume that the Kenya shilling, the exchange rate right now is, let's say, it's 102, okay. That is euro per shillings per euro, okay. But therefore, you as a Kenyan farmer, in your books, you're going to be recognizing 1 million euro times 102 because your books are in Kenya shilling. Therefore, you'll be recognizing 102 million. However, this particular customer in Europe is not paying you today. They're paying you, for example, in 3 months' time. Okay, and in 3 months' time, the exchange rate then will be, for example, let's say at 98. Okay, just for argument purposes. Okay, the exchange rate fell in 2 months' time, or in 3 months' time will be 98. That means, therefore, you get your 1 million euro, convert to shilling, but now you're converting at 98. Okay, don't forget that means, therefore, you'll be getting 98 million shilling. However, if you are to receive the money today, okay, don't forget you have to get 102, but then you'll be getting 98. You can see you've made a loss. Okay, and what's the loss? Don't forget the amount you receive is the same, 1 million, 1 million, all through. However, because of the exchange rate movement, okay, from 102 to 98, you end up making a loss. That's a simple example of a foreign currency risk. Okay, the question therefore is, okay, what are the measures? What do we do? Okay, you can't just wait there, sit down, okay, and wait for this loss to occur. Okay, you put some measures in advance, okay, because you want to ensure you don't make these losses. Okay, you don't make these foreign currency losses. Okay, so what are the foreign currency risk management methods you can use or you can employ as a company? Okay, now towards the interest rate risk management, okay, let me give you an example. Okay, you're a company, okay, you are Saiton, an example, okay, Saiton construction, okay, involving construction. In 3 months' time, you start off construction, okay, of buildings, okay. The cost of that building in 3 months' time, let's say in the month of December in T3, okay, the interest rate, you take a loan, okay, the interest rate today, let me call it T0 today, okay, is let's say 10%. However, you don't need the money today. You need the money in 3 months' time, okay? Assume that if you wait until the third month, 3 months from now, there is no guarantee that in T3 the interest rate will still be at 10%. It can be 8%, it can be 13%. For example, it will be 13%. It means therefore, if you wait until the third month, you'll be paying an interest of 13% on the amount you borrow. However, today you could have borrowed at 10%. That means therefore, if the amount you had to borrow was, let's say, 10 million, it means the interest you could have paid is 1 million. But since you never borrowed today, you did borrow 3 months later, okay, it'll be 13% times 10 million, it means you paid 1.3 million. You can see you're paying more. Why are you paying more? Okay, simply because you did wait, okay, because of what called the interest rate risk. Okay, there was a risk here that you may have paid more interest. Okay, of course, there's a concern therefore. That should therefore be a concern to the business. You as a business, you cannot just wait and you cannot just sit down and wait. You put measures in advance. You can, for example, have contracts with the bank. That you as a bank, in 3 months' time, you're going to be borrowing from you X amount of money. So you are able to fix the rates you'll be paying in advance, even before you do borrow, by having an agreement with the bank, for example. Okay, that's an example, okay, of an interest rate risk. Okay, and also the mechanism, the techniques that you can use in order to manage the foreign currency and manage the interest rate risk. That's what we're discussing in this particular topic. Okay, first is to identify whether there's a foreign currency risk or an interest rate risk. Okay, then if there's risk, then you manage it, you hedge. Okay, we call it hedging techniques. Okay, you hedge them. Okay, what are the mechanisms you can use in order to mitigate the impact of adverse fluctuations in the interest rates and the foreign currency rates? Clear, Brian?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, and that's to make the head of our topic, or the head of our syllabus. Okay, that's to make the head of our syllabus. Okay, so simple as that. Okay, Anita, it's clear from your end. Collins?
Yes.
Okay, Collins?
Yes.
Okay, great. So that's going to be our syllabus. Okay, that's going to be our syllabus. Okay, of course, it's more detailed than what you have gone through right now. Okay, but it's pretty easy. Okay, there's nothing hard here. Okay, there's nothing hard in this particular syllabus. Okay, so provided, okay, I know my advice. Okay, don't miss class. Okay, you have to get the best out of the class. So you have to get an advantage over someone who do private tuition. Okay, they do self-study. Okay, you have to have a difference. Okay, so utilize the resource you have at hand. Okay, and of course for class the best resource is the lecturer. Okay, so utilize it. Okay, the best way definitely is for you to have, I don't know, if you can be able to go in advance to go ahead of the lecturer, the better off. Okay, since then you'll be having more questions. Okay, but just you come into class. Okay, come to class. Okay, listen to what shall we discussing. Asking question where there's a need to ask question. Okay, that's the best way. Utilize the resource you have at hand. As I mentioned, in class, the lecture is the best resource. Okay, so utilize the resource to the maximum. Okay, that is therefore our syllabus. Okay. Okay, if there's no question, then I guess we can. We have a class at 11:15, isn't it? I think you have a class at 11:15.